everyone, welcome back to the LEGO Star Wars 2022 Advent Calendar unboxing. We are up to day 7. The audio in the video is going to be somewhat out of sync simply because I was having issues with my computer the night before I did this recording, and it resulted in me needing to reset my PC, which meant that a lot of my settings had been lost for my recording software, for Windows and all of that. So as a result, when I recorded this episode, I hadn't realized that the audio wasn't recording, and only realized after I had finished recording. So we're just going to do something a little bit different where we do a voiceover. At the moment, I'm pulling out days 1 through to 6, which I do believe when I was recording, I said that I wouldn't be doing as we get later on into the month or into the series, just simply because there are 24 days in an advent calendar. And I won't be able to open all of them, so the episodes will definitely get much shorter because of that. There's also a likelihood that I will probably actually start doing voiceovers for these instead of talking while I am building, which will help me first of all concentrate on building, but will also allow me to try and stretch myself into doing voiceovers for a number of other series, such as future LEGO builds, which we'll be doing. For day 7, we opened it and we have the Lars Landspeeder from A New Hope, which in the movie A New Hope, the original Star Wars, came out in 1970 something. I'll just quickly Google it. It gets Luke to where R2 initially ran off to, and then is the land speeder that Luke uses to get from Ben's house, or Obi-Wan's house, to the Lars homestead, and then out to the Jawas. Actually, no, he goes from Kenobi's hut to the Jawa Sandcrawler, and then to the Lars homestead, and from there returns to the Jawa Sandcrawler, and then heads out to Mos Eisley, where the true adventure begins. This micro set, or mini set, I think, micro set, I think is what it is, obviously doesn't have characters, full, minifigures with it, or the micro characters, but the white and gold stud, of course, represent, at least I think, Luke and C-3PO. These builds are, of course, quite quick, and this episode, at least, is, at most 4 minutes long. And as I get better at doing this, we will definitely see improvements to things like camera angles and all of that. Hopefully, at some point, I will be able to have a setup that allows us to do full LEGO builds without having to worry about too much. But we've got the Lars Landspeeder complete, and that will be all for today. Tomorrow, we'll be moving on to day 8. Until then, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and until next time,